Hi folks, in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to use some of the animation friendly features of Blender. Okay, so I'll be demonstrating the grease pencil feature, okay, and introduce the dope sheet viewer for editing grease pencil data. Okay, we'll also see how to set up a quick Playblast. Okay, OpenGL Playblast. I have already rendered a Playblast, so let me just play it. Okay, and stuff like that. Okay, so let's get started with a new scene. So file new. Okay, so yeah, here in the default screen of Blender. Okay, now I'm going to arrange this a bit. So click, drag. This becomes the timeline, and this becomes a dope sheet. Okay, for grease pencil data. Okay, and let's also set up some render settings. Okay, our frame range is just 24 frames. Okay, in the timeline view, show all. Cool. You can also do the same here. All right, and so in your Play Blast, okay, we are going to display some information, so that can be done by enabling the stamp feature. Okay, and some note. Okay, awesome. All right, and then output. Okay, so you can choose file formats. Okay, video or images. Okay, yeah, that's about it. You can choose a directory. Okay, if you want in the same directory, you can say // okay, and yep, but I'll leave it at temp for now. Right, so with that out of the way, let's quickly set up a scene. Okay, um, right, and then add a ground plane, and let's switch to scale, and just scale this a bit. Okay, so you'll notice our scene has a active camera. Okay, so this is the active camera, and Blender is going to use this camera to render. Okay, and just remember the coordinate system in Blender. So z-axis points up. Okay, cool. One other thing that's useful is to display the local axis of the camera. So select this and go to the object properties and enable the axis display. So you'll notice the camera looks down the negative z axis, okay, in object space. Cool. All right. Um, so I want my camera, actually let's just switch to the front view. Okay, switch to the front view, and I want this camera to take up this view transformation. So I can just say control alt, okay, control alt 0. So as you can see, the camera switches. Okay, another way of adjusting the camera is let me click control let me basically control click this panel, so this expands and closes everything else, and I can say lock camera to view. So now you'll notice as I move the view, okay, the camera moves along with it. Okay, that's another useful feature. Anyway, so let me move this cube to the other side like this. Okay, now if I scroll my mouse, the camera is actually moving. Yeah, I don't want that, so I'll disable this. All right, and Also let's choose the camera, and you can, if you want, add composition guides and stuff like that. Okay, name of the camera. All right. Okay, so it's time to use a grease pencil. Yeah, so grease pencil is a sketching feature in Blender. Okay, so in the properties panel you'll find it. To sketch using grease pencil, hold down the D key on the keyboard and then left click draw in the viewport. Okay, so let me just add a, okay, so you notice a lot of things happen. Obviously you see the sketch, and also a grease pencil layer has been added, okay, whose opacity and stuff you can control, thickness, color, okay, x-ray and stuff. And by default this grease pencil sketch is drawn, okay, in the plane containing the 3D cursor and the viewing angle. Okay, so now we are looking through this camera. Okay, so that's the viewing angle, and then if I come out of the camera view, so you'll notice there's this 3D cursor here. Okay, so this sketch is drawn, okay, in yeah, along the cursor, okay, and parallel to the camera's view plane. Okay, cool. um, Again, this is just a quick intro. I'm not going to cover all the features. Yeah, so let's switch to the camera again. View camera. Okay, now we are at frame 1. So you'll notice grease pencil data has been created, and in the dope sheet you can see the markers. Yeah, now if I switch my selection to the cube, okay, you'll notice grease pencil data is not displayed. Okay, so this data is attached to the camera object, since at the time of creating the grease pencil sketch my camera was the active object. So not a problem, we can always select another object and then reuse the sketch data. So now the sketch is displayed when you select the cube as well as the camera. Okay, so you can attach them to how many ever objects that you want. Alright, so anyway, um, so I'm at frame 1. Okay, I can go ahead and draw some more. Okay, and then go to some other frame. Okay, I'll enable onion skinning. Yeah, and then draw here. Okay, so basically hold down the D key and then sketch with left hand. Okay, you can also erase by holding down the D key and right click drag. You can erase the sketch. Okay, so if you don't see this panel open, you can access it from the header, so tool shelf basically. Okay, so let me draw it again quickly, and then go ahead. So you'll notice these markers, right? You can move them around. Okay, you can move them around at your will, basically retime your sketches. Okay, um, yep, so let me just quickly draw some, nothing fancy. Alright, one at frame 24, just for fun. I'm not an well, I'm not good at sketching sometimes, like right now. Cool, so we have this sketch here. Yeah, and yeah, you can check this out in the 3D view, right? Okay, this is still going on. so you can check it from different angles. Okay, view, camera. Yeah, yeah, you can add a sphere. Okay, you can add mesh sphere and just attach it to the sphere as well. And since you can enable X-ray if it's not, so that you see the sketch on top, and then you can basically keyframe it. Okay, you can say I to invoke the keyframe menu and keyframe the location and rotation. Okay, I'll just keyframe location for now. Enable auto keyframe, and then that's it. Okay, let me keyframe from frame 1. Okay, and go to this frame, move it up. Okay, and down. I'm sure you'll do a better job than what I'm doing right now. Cool, and there you go. Okay, so with this done, it's now time to render the OpenGL render. Yeah, so just click this icon, and based on the settings in the render properties panel, your images will be rendered. Okay, um, switch back to the 3D view, and then you can invoke the Playblast by pressing play. There you go. Okay, this viewer has hidden keys. Okay, you can press you can just click with the mouse and stop. Okay, and then move the mouse left and right. Okay, if you want to continue playing, press enter. Okay, if you want to ping pong the animation, press P, so your animation will ping pong. Okay, you can press P again to disable ping pong. Yeah, and you can use the 1 through 9 keys in the numeric keypad. Okay, by default it's playing at 24 fps. If you press 1, it will speed up. If you press 9, it becomes very slow. Okay, and the in between keys work accordingly. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 9. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's pretty much about this quick introduction. Yeah, so so this is very useful for planning out things. And okay, cool. So until next time, thanks.